Hello everybody, welcome to Health Under Grace. I'm Tania and thank you so much for clicking on this video. As you can see here, I'm showing what my body currently looks like, and to be honest, it's even difficult for me to watch the playback of this video. I think it's really important for you to assess where you truly are, and what better way to do that than by taking some authentic, transparent videos of yourself. So I'm documenting my 90-day fat loss challenge on this channel, and if you're interested, stay tuned.
Hey y'all, it's Tania and welcome to Health Under Grace. If you are watching this video right now, then you are probably interested in my summer fat loss challenge. First and foremost, I just want to make sure that you guys know the challenge is from June 21st to September 23rd. Now, the reason why this challenge is even public is because God led me to really utilize what He's given me to help build up other people, specifically other Christian women. And even though it says summer fat loss challenge, it's not just about your physique or your physical self, it's also about your emotional self, and of course your spiritual self as well through Christ. So I'm going to be showing you guys a simple way that you can start to assess where you are. I know a lot of people are looking for very practical tips, and I am one to give very practical tips, but I do want to reinforce that this is also a spiritual and Christ-centered challenge as well. So yeah, a lot of people want to know how they can lose weight. I always suggest you find a way to see where you are. A lot of people like to step on the scale. I am not a big advocate of only relying on the scale, especially as a woman. We have a lot of different things that impact our bodies. Stress and hormones are some of the main ways that our weight can fluctuate from day to day, sometimes from hour to hour. So if you do have a scale, you can use that, but I wouldn't weigh myself every day. I think a more stress-free way of assessing where you are is using a soft tape measure and doing it on a bi-weekly basis. A lot of times you won't, especially when you're starting off, you're not going to even see any physical changes for the first 4 to 6 weeks. So today I'm going to be showing you how I take my own measurements. As you can see, I am not a skinny mini. No shade to the skinny minis, but I am not. And I also, just for context, I've gained 20 pounds over the last several years. I weighed in at 184. I'm 5'2" and a half. Start off with measuring the middle of my upper arm. Again, I have a tape measure. You can get this from anywhere. I like to look at my shoulder, go down to my inner elbow, and then kind of go in the middle from there. I, as you can see, have kind of like a little bit on the bigger side of the arm, so I know I'm probably going to have at least 10 plus inches of girth when it comes down to my arm thickness. So it says 12 and a half inches starting point for my arms. So the next place I'm going to be measuring is my stomach. Now I know a lot of people might be looking at me sideways because I do plan to show a little bit of skin. I know in the body there's controversy about that, but my heart is pure whenever I'm getting ready to do this. Okay, so I'm going to lift my shirt up. I'm going to show just the area where I will be measuring, and that is my stomach. So I lay the tip of the measuring tape on the outside of my belly button, and I take it around, and I make sure it's flat, and I measure my stomach that way. So my current measurements, make sure it's even, make sure everything's straight, and the tape is flat. 36 inches. So around my belly button is 36 inches. All right, so now I'm going to measure my hips and my butt. One thing I wanted to mention is whenever you are, especially if you have a big behind, make sure that you're not incorrectly measuring. Meaning like putting the measurement right there, that's your leg, that's not your hips and butt. So you want to kind of have it in the middle. Make sure that it stays secure in the middle. And then also, if you have big thighs like me, make sure that you're not measuring your thighs with it, okay? Make sure you're not measuring the top of your thigh, and you just keep it secure. So my measurements, I am 45. Generally speaking, now I'm around that 44, 45. So I have 12 and a half, 36, and 45. So now I'm going to be measuring my thigh. So how I like to measure my thigh, I do 2 measurements on my thigh. I do a upper thigh and a mid thigh measurement, just because I have a lot of muscle in my thigh, even though I have also a lot of fat. I just want to kind of get 2 areas of my leg. So I measure myself up in this area as well as closer to my knee. So what you do is you take the beginning of the tape measure. What I like to do is I like to put the beginning of the tape measure in the middle of my kneecap and come to the top of my thigh, right? So the measurement from the middle of my kneecap to the top of my thigh is about 14 inches. So I'm probably going to go about 5 to 6 inches from my kneecap, and that is 21 inches. 21 inches for my lower thigh. So my upper thigh, around about the 11-inch mark, that is 26 2/3. So those are my measurements. I measure my upper body area, midsection, as well as my hips and butt and my thighs at 2 different points. So I think if you are a person who is just trying to kind of get basic points, I would strongly suggest getting your belly, because a lot of chronic health issues, a big indication for that would be a lot of fat around your belly area. And I know that's a problem area for a lot of women anyway. So if you don't want to go through all of those measurements, at least get your belly around your belly button, at least get that measurement, because there are a lot of implications for having a lot of fat around your belly area. So I wanted to check in to show you a very practical, simple way that you can assess number-wise where you are in reference to the start of this summer fat loss challenge. If you are interested in being added to my email list, send me an email at taniajstat@gmail.com, and don't forget to subscribe, as well as follow me on Health Under Grace on Instagram. And until the next video, God bless.